It's almost 6:34 Arizona, fighting for what's right for our state. Because of our historic drought, Arizona needs solutions now. So this morning, I'm taking your questions to Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, who's telling me across the Southwest, the nation's top leaders are working to preserve the water we do have, and they're doing this together.
It's one of the most important sources of fresh water for Americans, stretching more than 1,400 miles from the Rocky Mountains all the way to the Gulf of California. But without thoughtful planning and legislation to ensure sustainability, the Colorado River could die. It's an issue Arizona Senator Mark Kelly considers a top priority.
We've been right there along the shoreline at Lake Mead. It is devastating.
It is. I mean, when you consider, where the water level is today and the amount of water that's in the reservoir, that's the lowest it's been since the Hoover Dam was built.
Data from the Bureau of Reclamation shows Lake Mead's water levels fell to a historic low of roughly 1,046 feet last October. But a study from the Bureau shows water levels are projected to climb slightly above 1,065 feet by January of 2024. Access to drinking water has a team of bipartisan lawmakers planning for the future, and many of those efforts are being led by Arizona's top lawmakers.
We've come a long way since when I got here 2.5 years ago. We had a drought contingency plan, and we, shortly after I got here, realized that wasn't going to work.
I talked with Senator Kelly, who says our state continues to make major strides to conserve water. He also tells me bureaucratic red tape was getting in the way of progress, but that changed when the Senate passed a bill shaped by Kelly to get more funding faster.
And sometimes Washington can, do some really positive things.
A summer of extreme heat didn't help, but Senator Kelly says forward-thinking projects will. That's partly why he was able to secure $8 billion in federal funding.
We're deploying this money to farmers and tribes and communities to line canals and install drip irrigation, but also for in the immediate need of just keeping more water up in Lake Mead. We're going to be able to solve this problem.
To address those immediate needs at Lake Mead and Lake Powell, Senator Kelly tells me he was able to secure $4 billion more for Arizona's future.
I mean, think about this for a second. In 1980, the population of Arizona was about 2.7 million people. Now it's 7.5 million. We use less water today than we did in 1980, and we have 3 times the population. And we're able to do this because we can build efficiencies into like engineering and farming and homes, and we're just going to have to do more of that. And we now have the tools to do that.
And because Arizona's safety and economic security do depend on an infrastructure that actually works and is in place, Mark Kelly also continues to tell me that he, along with Kyrsten Sinema and other top lawmakers, are going to do everything they can to make sure water is a top priority for our future.